First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Sewell Claycomb is with Claycomb Auto Sales, of course, and you hear and see him on his radio and television commercials. We're looking at an unbelievable story about pre-owned vehicles. Sewell, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me.
So, what's going on with pre-owns? It's like the value is skyrocketing.
The story of pre-owns really starts with the story of new vehicles. I saw videos over the weekend of Ford trucks specifically parked at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. There were tens of thousands of trucks parked because they cannot be completed. They're waiting to have computer chips put into them, and there are no chips. So the manufacturers over the last several months have been building them and parking them and not shipping them to dealers. And it's going to be going on here for quite some time to come. Is there a certain vehicle that people are most interested in right now? Oh, trucks and SUVs just rule the marketplace. It's actually very difficult to sell a four-door sedan these days.
I wonder, does that change? You know, we see and I know part of it's caused by whatever the gas issue, the hack that happened. We saw prices go up a little bit, but prices have been steadily rising. I don't know, since the beginning of the year. I'm wondering if we get up to the $4 range, does that all change? Does that market for vehicles change again?
In my opinion, no. We endured. Let's see, back in, what was it, 2009, it was $4.38 a gallon in Westmoreland. I don't think people are as attentive toward gas prices as they were previously. So I think that the trucks and SUVs will continue to rule the marketplace. And here's the deal with the lack of chips, is that the manufacturers can make the vehicles that have few options, a 6-cylinder stick, no air conditioning, no power windows, no power door locks. They can make that and deliver it. But once you start adding computers to the mix, these vehicles cannot be completed. And because the manufacturers cannot ship new vehicles to the new car stores, the prices of used cars have just exploded.
And you mentioned $4. Monaski mentioned $4 a gallon. I don't feel like we're going to get there. Do you? I know that you wouldn't be considered the expert on gasoline prices, but it seems like that pipeline is flowing again. It's going to take a little while to get everything ramped back up. I feel like we'll begin to head back down. Do you?
No. I'm thinking that fuel prices will continue to increase. We're going to hit $5 a gallon.
Wow.
But here's the flip side of it, though. The newer vehicles, the newer vehicles, Chevy trucks, half tons with V8s can get 25 miles to the gallon. The 6-cylinders can get 30 miles to the gallon. So it's not 1975 and everybody's getting 8 miles to the gallon. Vehicles are just so much more efficient. But with the economy improving, with people starting to drive again after being homebound for the last year, this economy is just getting ready to explode. I've read articles that are comparing this impending or this economy to be similar to what the Roaring '20s were, just after the pandemic of 1980.
Right. And let's hope it doesn't keep going and following history, right?
Yeah.
Because after the Roaring '20s came, my wife and I are considering taking my daughter to the drive-in movies, and there's one down in Palatine Bridge near Nelliston, and I'm wondering if I'm going to leave Utica at 5 o'clock and want to get there by dusk. How fast should I be going? What do you think?
You should be doing about 104.
Okay, all right, just checking.
That was a really good ad. We cut that thing probably 12 years ago, and people still you guys alluded to it just now.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I'm that's one of the few things in my life that I'm proud of.
Yeah. Well, don't ask me about what I'm proud of. You don't want to hear it. Okay, so what about the person who just bought a vehicle maybe a year ago, and they're thinking, it is cost effective for me to sell it now and go and buy something pre-owned. I mean, there are people that are doing it. We've read stories online about it.
The market is really upside down. Yes, indeed, people are able to sell their vehicles if they purchase new, sell their vehicles and make some money. People who bought used vehicles can sell them and make some money also. It is insane. It is obscene, the pricing right now, but I've got to live with it too. So it's something we're all experiencing.
How long do you think this lasts for?
Jamie Dimon from Chase, in a speech to his employees about 3 weeks ago, stated that he expects this marketplace to continue until 2023.
Wow.
With the vehicles?
With the entire economy. You guys just ran a New York Sash ad, and the first line in the ad was that their business is exploding because people are doing a lot of remodels. The same is true with the housing market. Houses across the board are up 20% from last year as far as price. In houses that have been on the market for a while, they're raising their prices instead of dropping them.
Right.
It's crazy. It's
really
wild. It's the wild West.
Yeah. And I do think that I think you're correct. That whole Roaring '20s comparison, I think exists out there. As in this last year, people have looked at different priorities. They've also been able to save money and hold on to their money, and they're ready to. It seems like right now they're ready to spend it. So this is really an interesting time. All right, Sewell, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Hey, you guys have fun today.
All right, you do the same. Thanks.
We will.
Sewell Claycomb Auto Sales. So about 104 to make it to that. What's the name of that? I forget, the El Rancho Drive-In in Palatine Bridge.
Is that still open?
I think it is.
I mean, it's been since I was a child since I saw a drive-in movie.
There are very few still around, but there are some still hanging out there.
Little nostalgia. I got to get Carter out to one of these.
First thing I thought about my kids, I wanted to experience like we did going to the drive-in. They were never as excited as I was. I don't know. I think because everything is so on demand right now.
Right.
You just can watch anything you want.
And I obviously, when you were growing up, it was like a privilege to be able to go, right?
It was. Yeah.
Right? Where your kids, my kid, like wants to sit in the recliner and, if he gets bored with this show, he changes the channel.
And you have how many channels and everything else, so it's a different world.